All right, I'm gonna ask you a question and listen to it and then answer seriously, right?
Okay.
So let's say there's two scenarios. One scenario you can do 5 reps of something and then you increase the weight and do 2 reps, or the other one is you do 5 and you stick with the same weight and then you do 5 again, and they're like relatively tough reps for the second one. Which one do you think is better?
So,
Or do they both have their own benefits?
how many reps left in the tank? How many
I would
reps
say
do you have left in the tank for each?
I for both of them, for the one you do, well, one that I do 2 or the one that I do 5, this for the second time, that's my last set going heavy, and then my last one is just like a like not like a superset, but a similar to a superset where I'm not like trying to go crazy. I'm just trying to burn out kind of thing.
What are you trying to do? You trying to build muscle, increase strength, explosiveness. What's the goal?
I'd say I guess all of them in a way.
Um, I don't know. It seems like doing 2 reps on like a dumbbell bench press seems pretty pointless.
Well, what if it was leg press?
Depends what exercise.
It's probably not much better, but
What's the play?
That's pretty. I don't know. Yeah, I just feel like those kind of movements are meant for higher reps. If it was like a squat or maybe like a like a 1 rep max type of situation, and you're just like trying to see where you are in terms of your strength level, then that makes sense. But anything besides that, I wouldn't do it.
dude, that fucking rabbit, I just saw another picture. Holy fuck, that's weird, dude.
What would you do if you came home and you saw that like at the end of your hallway or whatever?
I don't know, dude. That's pretty fucking gross. Like, I feel it in the back of my neck because I saw it and it was just growing into the back of their neck, dude.
Let's see.
Damn, you see his sister coming back? I don't know if you saw there was a post on
Oh
Reddit. They already
god,
posted on
just
Reddit. If you want to go, we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I want that back. I'm down for that.
So Sam, you're down for specialists to come back.
Yeah, 100%.
So you like that?
Yeah.
Okay,
We got
cool.
Ghost
Sam
Help
likes
tweet.
it.
Ghost Help tweet.
Another one?
Ghost Help just tweeted the 3 Black Ops 2 remaster maps at the launch of Black Ops 7 are Raid, Express, and Hijack.
I guess that did it.
So,
We getting
Hijack
Raid
is
and
the
Express?
Would you say for
Express, obviously
chicken,
Surge, and Raid, you know.
if you're gonna bake it,
Pretty good
would you
hugs.
say 425 for
Well, there
25
was a list of
minutes is long
specialists
enough?
that were leaked
Yeah,
a
that's what I was
month
talking
ago.
about earlier.
Mega Jump?
You said 425?
Yeah.
Um, I'd say it's either long enough or too long at that temperature. I don't know how much longer chicken takes than any other meat, but usually when I would do something in the oven, it would probably be 400, but honestly, 425. Okay, wait, is it a dry rub or is it wet? Like, do you have anything on it?
It's just chicken thighs. Well, it's just some basic seasoning, salt, pepper.
Yeah,
That's it.
I honestly don't know. I guess 425 would be fine, but you just have to watch it.
Yeah, you would think, right? 'Cause I just fucking finished cooking it like yesterday or whatever. I guess I didn't really pay attention to it, but yeah, it's still got some pink on the inside. So
Oh, so it's not even fully done yet.
yeah, I thought it would be more than enough, but uh,
Interesting. But then again, I don't really cook chicken in the oven. But I guess like the kind of chicken you're doing is
Flame blast,
harder to
shadow
do
break,
by
war machine, combat hologram, mini
other
sentry,
means.
grappling hook, vision pulse, drone launcher. Listen, I'm gonna
That's
sum
just
this
all
up.
the. That just sounds like it's everything normal with different names.
yeah, I feel like
I'ma
if
just
I
sum this up,
cooked
Sid,
it on the
why I'm a
pan or
specialist.
whatever, I'd probably fucking burn it.
You don't like
Yeah,
specials?
no. You wouldn't burn it. It would. You just wouldn't be able to cook it evenly. Or at least if it's in the oven, it has heat everywhere. Because like I just cooked a steak, and the fat part was like rare, and the skinnier part was like a medium. So it's like if you're in the oven, you have like 360 degree heat pretty much.
Not necessarily. I don't want to say I hate specialists, but I also don't want to say I'm happy about it.
I think I've always been bad at cooking
I love
steaks.
specials.
It's like the
My shit just
Valorant
always like
CS
looks
comparison.
burnt.
It's like the Valorant, so you got a whole bunch of shit.
Well, do you let it sit there and then you guess when it's gonna be done, or do you keep flipping it every few minutes? Like every like 2 minutes, 3-4 minutes. Because you're like some will say, oh, you have to let it cook, but you're not gonna. It's not gonna cook evenly if you only flip it once.
Well, I don't know about every like couple minutes, but I do flip it more than once.
But
Like
what I'm
more
saying
than
is like,
just like one side and then the other side.
do you ever like in my opinion, you flip it like let's say for me it's a thick steak. You flip it when the side on the pan starts to go slightly brown, because I want to then flip it and then flip it again onto that side, because a lot of the time you want to season it again, just because I think it's like 30 or 40% of the seasoning comes off in the pan and stays there. So I'd say you want to
And
cook
what do
it.
you put on the pan before you put the steak on it?
Olive oil, butter, and like once you put the steak in, I would say sometimes you could put garlic, and thyme is probably the best plant that I would put on it.
Doesn't the thyme, like when you put the thyme, doesn't it just like burn to shit? Because I swear every time I've done it, it burns to like a fucking crisp,
well,
and I'm just
what
like, what the fuck?
is your stove digital, or it's the dial?
Well, it's not gas. It's like just the
Yeah,
just
but
the heat
you could have the
element or
ones
whatever.
you can have the ones that spin, or you can have a button that you press right to turn it up. Which one do you have for your stove? Like the temperature control.
Knob.
The knob, and then what number? So what's the range?
So it's like at the top it's 0, right? And then counterclockwise it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say, I think 4. I think 4 is like at the bottom, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or whatever.
And then after
So
9
I'd say,
is max.
oh, hold on, let me look right now. I'll take a look. Actually, I'll just send a picture. Oh, shit.
One way that I like to get the
Oh,
brown,
okay, well,
like one way I like to get the brown or the crispiness or whatever, the what is it called? The
okay, well, my shit is fucking weird because each like I don't know what you call it, like circle has two settings. So I'll just send you the picture. So there's like you know how like your oven has like what four like circle things, like
mine
two
has
towards the top and then like two bigger ones.
burners.
No, like just like two small circles and then like two big circles. Does yours
Mine
have that?
mine is digital. That's why I asked, because it like you press buttons and the number goes up.
Okay, so you're probably wondering what the fuck that is, right?
Okay,
So
so it goes two,
I'll
four,
fucking take a
six, eight
picture
high.
up.
So I would. What number do you
Yeah.
put yours at when you cook steak, or
In
if you were to?
between 4 and 5, 4 and 6. I mean, in between 4 and 6.
Okay. Yeah, I would just say
So I guess like a 5.
flip it earlier. And I would say one thing that helps is, for me, I can't remember the crust. I guess they call it crust. I don't try to get crust or the outside being brown from actually cooking it really long. I help get that with the butter, because the butter starts I guess caramelize the outside of the steak, and it starts to taste really good.
So if I try to cook multiple steaks after the first steak is cooked, or like it's been put on the pan, I take it off. Like there's a bunch of burnt shit on the pan, so it already fucks up
What oil do you
for the
use?
next. And it's just like it was just like extra virgin olive oil.
Well, I guess if 4 or 5 is too high, you could always still turn it down. Okay, this is what I would say. When do you put the steak in? Do you put it after the oil's warm or hot, or do you put it in when you turn the burner on?
When you say turn the burner on, you mean like the pan is still
Cold.
like room temperature, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's still cold.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, so I usually put the oil in the pan before it even starts heating up.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really want to add oil to a hot pan unless there's already stuff in it. But like, well, my question is, when you're putting the steak into the pan, is the oil already warm, like, or hot?
So like you're saying like as soon as the steak touches it, it already starts to sizzle.
Kind
That's
of,
what
yeah,
you're saying, right?
kinda,
Like, do
yeah,
I do that?
yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. Like I don't just sit the steak in the pan and then like slowly as it heats up, then it starts to sizzle. No, I usually I
Does the
wait for it to
pan
get.
bubble before you put the steak in? Is it bubbling, or is it just sort of like, you can, like, what does it look like?
You could see the smoke. You can kind of see like little bits of like smoke coming off of it. Like not like crazy amount, but you can look at it
So
and contrast it with the background.
one way that you can know if your oil is hot or maybe too hot is if you move the pan a bit, like up and like back and forth. The consistency.
Yeah, like it moves around really quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
if
like
it's
water.
yeah, if it's like too watery, then it might be too high, and if you feel like you're burning your steak, then it might be too high. And are you adding butter?
Um, I don't put the butter until I put the steak. So I would have like a slice of butter waiting, and then I would put the steak in there, and then I would try to like fucking have it flipped.
So
And then I would,
it's probably just
put the butter in after.
with your stove. It's probably just like even half or below half is probably still high. for that. Because on my stove it goes 1 to 9, and then after 9 is max, so boiling, and then under 1 is low. And I put it at 5. Sometimes I put it at 5.5, but then it's a little too much. So
So
any
5.5 is medium for you?
I would say 5 is medium. Cuz you don't really, if you cook it too quick it's going to burn. If you cook it slower, it's going to cook all the way through, at least to what you want, and won't burn the outside too much. Which is one reason why I use a lot of butter, is because I get the look, like the color and the sound for the crust on the outside without having to cook the steak too much. I do the same with chicken. Because I want to cook the chicken longer. I don't want to burn the outside and not get the inside cooked.
What, chicken breasts?
Yeah. Which is actually really good with olive oil and butter. Even with salt, it's super juicy. Like, it's not dry, which I was very surprised.
Oh,
Alright, I'll be back.
you should, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you when you get back. Oh, fuck. Mm. Oh, oh, shit. Oh.
what were you gonna say?
Oh, you should fucking get a chat GPT and ask it to fucking help with whatever recipes you want to fucking make.
Well, the thing with food is I don't really have an imagination for what I want to eat. It's, oh, that looks good, or that sounds good, or that's like something else I've eaten. So I should try that, but
I think it'll still be pretty good.
yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be good because I want to make like oatmeal muffins or cornbread. Yeah, oh, you like cornbread, right? I think I asked you this.
Yeah,
And I think I asked you this as
it's
well.
really good.
Have you ever had Montana's cornbread?
No, I don't think I have.
Should tell your mom, even if it never happens, if she ever gets Montana's, just buy some cornbread. It's fucking amazing.
Uh,
Like good enough to where if any other place isn't as good, I'm gonna be disappointed. Because now I have a standard of what I think it is.
Then you have one game that's dumbed down. You have a whole bunch of less shit. It's more of a simplicity type of game.
I'm done with simple, bro. I'm done with simple.
Oh, you're done with simple?
I'm done with simple and COD. No, I'm done with simple and COD, bro.
Oh, you're done with it? So
Done with
you like all it. So you like
I
when
want
people
this
go
shit in.
invisible?
Yeah. Give me something else I gotta worry about. Give me something else I gotta track and think about other than running forward and shooting my fucking gun.
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Sam chasing dope, bro.
I mean, I guess. Me personally, I think certain specialists, Sam, not all of them, but certain ones are cheese and just ruins like certain moments. Like there could be a really big moment and shit's going down and boom, somebody pulls out some cheese and just kills the whole fucking thing and it's like, ah, man.
It just gave me a recipe for
But yeah, but like,
Here comes Mirage.
Montana's cornbread.
Psychosis is ass. Nah,
Here
Psychosis
comes the
is
Mirage.
Dog shit. See, Psychosis was dog. Like, there's certain specialists that I really don't mind.
Oh,
I mean, I'll be honest
yeah,
with you.
maybe.
Certain
Yeah, if
specialists
they're
that
I don't know
shit,
how
why
it would
would
have
you
that
do
unless
that?
it's
That's not
public
that much.
information, but
No, I just don't want any cheese ones. Like, in my opinion,
What's cheese?
Active Camo's cheese.
Really?
I mean, I thought it was cheese. People went fucking invisible for points.
Yeah, but
Looks like it's
you
pulling
had
it
to
from
you had to
a
have,
bunch
like,
of
skill.
different
You had to actually
places.
shoot it, or you had to like play
Have
around
to
like a
play.
body block for a dunk on a camo one, or the camo person had to be in the right spot at the right time. to
Scrappy's
use
giving me
it.
a bunch right now because Scrappy doesn't like this shit either. What about the
Bro,
fucking Tempest?
I don't.
So
Tempest?
2/3 of a cup of butter,
What about the Tempest?
1 cup of sugar,
Tempest is
3
fucking lit.
eggs,
You like the Tempest?
1 and 2/3 milk,
The Tempest
I
was
hate
hard to
2
use.
and
I
1/3
will say the
all-purpose
Tempest
flour,
wasn't that easy to use.
1 cup
I
of
will say
cornmeal,
that. You know, the Tempest
4.5
right now,
tablespoons
there was
of
points there
baking
where it was
powder.
ridiculous. The chain, they nerfed
Do you know how
it.
to-
Yeah, 4.5 tablespoons.
do you know how cornbread, how they
Probably.
get like the crunchy? Is that like
You also had to
literal
use it at, like certain. Bro, listen, I'm just
pieces of corn? Because I feel like that's an interesting part of it. I don't know if that's all cornbread.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm tired of watching COD. I'm tired of watching these CDL players run the same routes and take the same gunfight for fucking 8 months, bro. Use your brain. Think about other
You
shit.
have to use it situationally.
You have to adapt, bro. There's no adaptability. Just fucking actually think about playing the game. Like, congrats, bro. You spawned in it 1 foot to the right, and you have to adjust your brain.
Have you ever
No, but let's
baked
play around something that isn't just shooting
your
you.
carrots? When you cook
Don't care what
carrots?
it is. Could be literally
Yeah, my
anything.
sister does
Adapt,
that.
bro. Have to use your whole
Does she
brain
usually
power
just like
instead of
slice it
5% to play.
into basically like fries,
Stupid.
Yeah.
put it in like a sheet pan, and then how long does she bake it? Do you know?
Guns, use specialists. I don't care.
I have no clue.
You're team placer now. You're team placer now.
What about
No, I'm not Team Placer.
Sam, what about
Absolutely.
sniper?
Absolutely, we should be
Right now.
sniping as well. I'm not Team Play because out of the box is crazy. But there are absolutely things that we need to put into the game to make it not only better to watch, but more competitive to play, bro. But you use two guns the whole season, and you run the same routes and take the same gunfight. Like, that's not fun to watch or play.
War Machine, that shit. But I will say, see, War Machine will be fine if you get it once a game. Right? Like, if you get War Machine once a game, I think it's good. And if you're super frying and you get it again, then that's dope, right? Like, if you have to super fry to get, like, if there's ways where you can get it again because you're
So I'm saying, JP.
frying,
So I'm saying,
then
bro.
that's good.
Ban and
Right? But
protect.
there can't be a War Machine every fucking 2
Listen,
seconds.
JP, you and I
right?
will fight the
There can't
good
be a War
fight.
Machine where every fucking 2 seconds
Guess what, bro?
you pull
Other
out a War
teams
Machine.
got war.
Damn, that sucks. Yeah, that's not good. Ryan Miller says the Democrats have put themselves in the corner, which we thought it wasn't possible. But this is what happens when they continue to appeal to their woke base instead of agreeing with the DC crackdown. 100% Ryan Miller. Thank you, sir. Wyoming Sasquatch says, my birthday is tomorrow, level 41. Do I get the APL clip? Look at this. You guys are manipulating the system right before our very eyes. Happy early birthday. Phantasmus Noxus Hunter gets sued. He will say it's the drugs' fault. Dark Red Knight says, thanks, Jeremy. It's actually my birthday. Also, you're gay. Thank you so much. Okay, next up on the list of things that we have going on. So, obviously, President Trump is set to meet with Vladimir Putin Friday. And Trump was asked about that, and this is what Trump had to say. Will Russia face any consequences if Putin does not agree to stop the war after your meeting Friday? Trump said, yes, they will.
How was your workout, dog?
That was good.
Yes, they will.
Did you get all the plates for the leg press?
No, that's why I asked, because I had to do the 5-rep set twice.
Oh.
There will be consequences. There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences, yes.
This meeting on Friday is good. I am very interested in this meeting on Friday. I am very interested. I will be covering it live. I don't know what to expect. I hope that something good comes from it. And on top of that, tomorrow at 1 p.m., President Trump is speaking from the Oval Office tomorrow. I don't know what it's about. We have no idea what it's about. That report just came in. So time will tell what that's all about. Now, you've got Democrats losing their minds right now. Do we know what time Friday? I don't know what time all of that's happening Friday yet. I do not know. But we got this idiot right here. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says Trump is intimidated by the intellectual prowess of blacks like me.
Since you are begging, I do believe that Donald Trump is intimidated. I think you're begging.
no interruption.
So let me just answer that. I do appreciate you begging. So I would just say it like this, that the
Dog,
president has
it's
always been intimidated by
$4.23 for some
black
carrots.
people. So of course he would speak in those petite and pure
1.32
like,
kgs of
What planet is
carrots.
this dude living on right now? Like, I mean, at this point,
Oh,
it's just a meme. This is a joke. Imagine
Is that
saying
expensive?
that with a straight face. Absolutely crazy, dude.
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what the market's like for carrots, dude.
Oh my god, man.
Market
What was that,
for
3
yeah, I
pounds?
mean, it's a comedy show.
1 kg?
It's a comedy show, and this is why
1.32.
no one takes the Democrats
Yeah,
seriously.
both 3, yeah.
But on the flip side,
I don't know
do you
how much
know
a carrot
who else
weighs.
we don't take seriously? Because again, this is a show that covers all perspectives. So if we're gonna roast a Democrat for saying something stupid, guess who else said something stupid? You ready for this one? You ready to hear this next line? I don't know if you are or not, but it's the level of stupidity from the right that's just as stupid as what we heard from Brandon Johnson. Lindsey Graham, everyone. Lindsey Graham. If America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us. I'm not going to let that happen.
It's late at night. Israel is in a fight for their lives. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people who would kill them all if they could. I am tired of the word genocide. Let me tell you about genocide. If Israel wanted to commit genocide, they could. They have the capability to do that. They choose not to. Hamas, they would commit genocide in 30 seconds. They just can't. And that's the big difference, folks. To people in my party, I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable friend we have in the Mideast.
Israel. Israel. Hey, Lindsey Graham, I got a great idea for you, okay? I got a great idea. And I'm a problem solver, okay? I'm a problem solver, all right? So I'm just trying to help out here, okay? So my idea here is I got someone that you can go to Israel with, okay? And the reason you can go to Israel with this person is because this person wants to go to Israel, but they don't meet the height requirement to get on the plane without a supervised adult. So if you and little Ben Shapiro care so much about Israel, and again, we're killing two birds with one stone. You can go over there to Israel with Ben, and you can also try play. So being called Obama or George, usually say the word. It's not because I say it while driving or playing video games or anything like that. No way. No chance of that. Okay? I'm a very good person. I'm one of the good whites, okay? I don't say these bad words. You just, you can't find any proof of it. You can't find anything. Right here, breaking, it has just been revealed that President Donald Trump is considerably higher, or has a considerably higher approval rating at this point in his second term than Barack Hussein Obama or George W. Bush. The attacks have failed. You're done. None of these attacks. Dude, it has been 10 years of mainstream lies of the most powerful people in the world lying about him over and over and over, and none of it has worked. None of it. They deserve this. And it's a beautiful thing. Now, I don't know if this is accurate. It hasn't been community noted yet, but so I showed you this van yesterday. This is apparently supposed to be
Dog,
an
I got
anti-Vance
Hogwarts Legacy, dog.
You bought it?
No, I think they gave it for free for PlayStation Plus people. Team Hufflepuff all the way, dog.
So right here, how is this anti-Vance? Do they not understand? An anti-Vance van drives through this English town during the vice president's visit. What are they doing? This is not...
Concerned about Teal Zion's right. A medic arrives to check her condition.
You okay? No, it just hurts a lot again.
Oh.
The British group that organized this, their name is Everyone Hates Elon. Dude. At this point in time, I don't know if Republicans are ever going to lose again at this rate. Like, this is absolutely insane. The fact that you're driving this truck around and you're trying to use a pro-MAGA meme to hurt JD Vance just shows how
Does
clueless these people-
ChatGPT generate pictures if you ask it to generate one?
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm worried about Teal. Seems like it's getting worse and worse. It's troubling for me because she gets an eye infection or if it's something that's going to hurt her vision long term. I don't want that. So hopefully we can get her to a place where she's comfortable staying.
I tried to download it the first time, like a week ago or whatever, or a few days ago. It says I was unable to download it. I'm like, what?
People are. They
And I
don't
did download
understand
it
the
other
internet.
day.
They don't understand meme culture. They don't understand MAGA culture. They don't.
You're not able to download it?
Holy shit.
I eventually was able to, but the first time
So
it said I wasn't able to for some reason.
Group, this anti-Vance group to continue. In fact, you see the Vance emoji that we have in the chat? The whole chat's about to drop our Vance emoji. Use that one. That'll really get him worked up. All right? See my chat right now? You'll see everybody dropping the Vance meme. Use that one, Lids.
Tide Oxymax Power Pods one up the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one up whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One up the power of liquid, one up the toughest stains.
Trump.
New era. Okay, so that's a curveball right there. So it's not nasty. It's Civ. So now that changes up the whole Falcons run. Because now Falcons are looking. Okay, well, this changes things up. Now we got. Where is this? Civ. Gentlemates. Boom. Add Civ down here. There's our updated list. I mean, this team's got some slaying power, dude, now. I mean, with Civ, if Civ plays like Civ can play, this Gentlemates team, that's a solid squadron right there. Well-rounded, you got two dirty work players and two just Slayer SMGs.
Oh.
Or not SMGs, sorry, two Slayer players. Civ's probably going to be on the main. You got Neppy on the entry. That team is solid, man. That LAG squad will make Sundays. And potentially, but again, dude, only 4 teams make Sundays, and still, these 6 teams, it's gonna be a battle, dude. It's going to be a battle for Sundays. But yeah, that's a big old bomb right there, so that shakes up things quite a bit.
You broke the rules, so now I can pretty much do what I want. I have invited Natalie to come to Michigan, and I'm gonna introduce her.
Not online when Kyler popped f***ing camo against you guys.
Bro, that was a checkout. That was like the.
Back when we're like, Kyler, you.
That was actually sick.
Everyone's trying.
Look what I'm doing though, Joe. You see what I'm doing? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
I couldn't believe how much mucus came out of my lungs the first time I tried.
What I've been telling you, but we're moving.
Baby, that's not for sure yet or not. We have obligations and responsibilities. We didn't discuss any of this stuff yet.
in the Pacific in the region, and Russia responding. So there have been some developments on both sides where Trump seemingly getting frustrated with both sides. Trump has been frustrated with Zelensky for a long time, and it seems anytime Trump is asked about Putin now, he appears to be frustrated because clearly it has not gone Trump's way according to his timeline. However, that does not mean that if and when the president can secure this, it doesn't mean that it's not important, right? And so we do have these developments. Any stop to nuclear war is great, is good, and this is not Trump's war. This is a war that started under the Biden regime,
30 seconds
and Trump ran on, obviously,
You almost took my
as he
hand
always
off.
says, this would have never happened if I was president, but if I do get back in, I will put an end to this thing. Because we just want economic prosperity around the world, and we don't want nuclear holocaust, right? Anyways, however, so we will be covering this and analyzing this on top. Right now, we are hearing reports on the ground that the IDF is preparing. And we even had Benjamin Netanyahu confirm this several times, that the state of Israel, the IDF, is preparing for a military ground invasion, a total conquering of Gaza. Okay, we're talking millions of people that still occupy Palestine, Gaza, and of course they're running with the narrative saying we're going to liberate the Palestinians by clearing out Gaza. Total command and conquer. And I told you guys stuff was going to start happening in the next couple weeks pertaining to Israel, because they are running out of time, and they also they are absolutely being exposed. They are being masked. Their approval, if you want to call it that, rating globally is sinking and tanking. And it's because of their own doing. It's not because they're being slandered. It's not because they're being lied about. It's because they're being exposed. And a lot of that has to do, obviously, with the overkill taking place in Palestine. And it's a war. It's a war going back and forth, and it's been going on for hundreds of years. Okay? And it'll continue to go. I'm not saying that I approve of it or I'm happy it's happening. However, the world is paying attention, and the world is watching just how horrific this thing is getting, with obviously the slaughtering of innocent people and children, and the starvation of innocent people and children in Palestine. And you get these psycho-Zionists out here that come out and say, well, it's God's will. It's the Bible. What? And on top of that, you've got here in the United States of America a heavy hand when it comes to cracking down on anti-Semitism. In just under a year, we've been told you can't say the Jews killed Jesus. You can't quote the Bible on a college campus. Just a few months ago, the House attempted to pass a crackdown anti-Semitism laws, which are all anti-free speech, by the way. They fly in the face of Western civilization and the First Amendment, which is not a law that's written, it's a God-given right. And the development of all of these things, and the exposure of Israel and AIPAC, and the manipulation of Genesis chapter 12.
What are you witnessing,
here in the United
dog?
States of America to justify everything and anything Israel does, even literally taking aim at a church, a Catholic house of worship in Gaza, and just barely missing the cross and killing multiple Catholics as a result.
Shit!
And every single time, it's just, oh, sorry, our mistake, you know.
It's over, dog. It's over.
Investigate it. We'll investigate ourselves. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's getting worse. And,
I've got too much muscle.
and I've been telling you guys as this continues, because Israel sees the window closing.
What am I gonna do, dog?
And because they don't know the future, they don't know exactly what's going to happen. They're freaking out all over social media. TikTok.
But dog, I can't wipe my own ass.
A special via the ADL. I don't know if you've heard about this, but
Oh yeah, I forgot who I was talking to. Guy who fucking shits in bags.
fact to crack down on anti-Semitism on the app. So this
You shit in the bag, dog?
and that's why you have Charlie Kirk out there doing donor control with his chapter
Damn, dog,
leaders
today.
that are noticing all of this as well and taking issue with it because it's violating
Before or after you cow dog?
Before, what the fuck? Imagine I'm trying to do leg press or
What,
anything.
after?
Oh.
violation
Wait, did I say after?
You can criticize whoever you want.
I don't know.
You can boycott whoever you want.
Well, before. I
And
don't
just
think
what
I said
happened
that.
the other day, where DHS literally got roasted and
Why are
obliterated.
you afraid you shit yourself?
Attempted to
Not even that. It would just be
because
uncomfortable.
regarding FEMA and federal assistance during a natural disaster,
wanna feel
people
like
freak the
I
hell
have a
out because they
fucking
saw.
xenomorph in my
Well, if
stomach.
you're
Hold on.
engaging in
Nice.
boycotting
Kinda do
Israel
leg
or
press.
Israeli companies or any type of companies in connection to Israel, well, if you are caught doing so during a natural disaster, your state will not receive FEMA funding, so you're just gonna die.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah, that was a big deal. That was like 48 hours ago, and we talked about that when that went down. But Israel is, you literally, the House GOP, the majority of them are literally in Israel right now. They're on recess for 5 weeks.
The scent of prey.
And I actually have to correct myself because usually I say, they're gonna go on vacation for 5 weeks. Actually, they're still working. And they're in Israel right now. Instead of remaining here in the United States, working on behalf of their constituents, and getting Trump's agenda
Double kill.
further along the line, before the midterms come. Every day counts, guys. 5 weeks is a long time in American politics. Instead of working for their constituents, they're working for their masters in Israel. Okay? And people are seeing this. They're watching all of this. They're watching all of this. So right now, there is already news breaking. We're going to cover this tonight as well. Netanyahu, the IDF, they're all ready for a full ground invasion. They want to conquer Gaza. They're claiming they're going to do it to liberate the Palestinians from Hamas. I guarantee you that's not what's going to happen. That's why they've been so desperately trying to relocate these people. They want to send them here to America. They want to send them to Europe. They want to ship them the hell out. They don't want to liberate them and rebuild Palestine so they can be a democracy together. The greater Israel agenda, we all know this, and the world is watching, and you're an anti-Semite if you just simply want to hold these people accountable. It's backfiring. It's backfiring. So, as I told you guys, someone's going to go down soon, and this is it. This is part of it, because Israel is... they are just sinking in their popularity or their approval ratings, and because of their own doings.
Catch their trail.
And anyone that takes issue with their war crimes is just called an anti-Semite. And that doesn't mean you support Hamas or you're a Muslim. You know, you can criticize both. You know, that's possible, right? I'm a Christian. Okay, that's what I am. And so, anyways, so we will be covering those updates as well here tonight on the broadcast, amongst other big news with President Trump ordering the new census to exclude illegal aliens. Obviously, that is preparing for the upcoming midterms and the 2020 election, which is definitely But also you got U.S. Attorney D.C. Janine Pirro out there declaring she will be looking for and prosecuting anti-Semitism cases in America aggressively with a vengeance. Those were her words. So we're going to be taking a look at all this, guys. We got some big updates on all fronts. We got some big updates on all fronts going on in the United States of America. And the woman that was beaten by a bunch of deranged, savage, barbaric blacks has recovered, where she feels comfortable speaking publicly, and she's doing interviews now. This happened in Cincinnati, Ohio, right? She is doing interviews now, speaking with the media, and we'll be taking a look at those as well and providing some analysis amongst other intel here tonight. So, with that said, guys, if just a reminder, as always, we are 100% independent here on Drew Hernandez Live. Okay, we are 100% independent. With that said, the number one way to support this show, support this broadcast, is to drop some gifted memberships, because that is a huge way to be supporting Drew Hernandez Live, the channel, independently, but also at the same time, it's killing two birds with one stone, because you're blessing the viewers and the listeners, or a Riga in the chat, no Riga left behind, with a 1-month free gifted membership that gives them access to ad-free viewing here on my channel, which is definitely valuable, because we're live the majority of the week, and we do about 4 hours, 4.5 hours every single night. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm watching some long-form content and really liking what somebody's saying, and then all of a sudden like a 2-minute ad pops up, irritating. So it is a value, because you get to bypass that as well, and you're supporting Drew Hernandez Live and supporting a Riga. With that red wave going in the chat, no Rigas left behind. So if you would like to do so, you can do that now, mid-show, or the end of the show, because we usually hang out at the end of every single show and kind of hang out and roast retards, you know what I'm saying? But or if you'd like to drop some Rumble rants. But the number one way to support the show is the gifted memberships, because it's not only supporting me, but it's blessing others, and I love that. I truly do love that, because we all win. We all win as we build this thing out. So with that said, we already have some Rigas getting that red wave going here tonight. Acor Anna has gifted 3 subscriptions. '07's in the chat. '07's in the chat. Congratulations to Scream Weaver, Midwest Gunner, and congratulations to...
Your turret has been destroyed.
There it is.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Grover. Congratulations. 07's in the chat. All gifted subscriptions from Corina. Did I get that right? Or is this Acor Anna? I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for supporting the show and blessings in the chat. Becca 20 has gifted 5 subscriptions. 07's in the chat. 07, and there you go, right back to you. Corina gifted a subscription in return. See, this is what I love. I love to see you guys taking care of each other. That's what we do here on the show, right? That's what we do. Congratulations right back to you, Corina. And congratulations to Torpedo Man _ Sergio M123. Congratulations. We'll get to these right now. And Angry Hot Dog, congratulations. And Whitefire 14, all gifted subscriptions from Becca 20.
There is the hunter and the hunted.
07's in the chat. 07's in the chat. T-Dub 97401 gifts 5 subscriptions. Thank you so much. We'll get to these. Give me a second. I want to make sure we congratulate all the recipients, but sometimes when they all come at once, yeah, Rumble will distribute them throughout the show. It's a 4.5 hour long show. But when they all come at once, it'll randomize it throughout the show, so don't worry. T-Dub 97401 gifts 5 subscriptions. Midwest Gunner gifts 1 subscription. 07's in the chat, and Kyle West 737 gifts 5 subscriptions. Congratulations. Thank you guys so much for not only supporting the show, but blessing our Rigas and the viewers in the chat with that 1 month free gifted membership that provides ad-free viewing here on Drew Hernandez Live, which is a W, man. It's a 4.5 hour long show, and when you get ads popping up and stuff, you know, just bypass that. Just bypass that, all right, guys? Oh, there we go. Josh Hawks gifts 5 subscriptions. You guys are incredible. 07's in the chat to all of you. All 7's in the chat to all of you. Congratulations. It'll distribute them. Just give it a second. Especially when they all kind of come in at once like that. Just give it a second. It'll do it. Aqua Velva 22 has gifted 5 subscriptions. Another one. Oh, another 5. Another 5. Blessed 5 more Rigas in the chat. Great start to the show tonight, guys. You guys are incredible. Always with that Riga roulette. Blessing the chat. Blessing our viewers and the listeners here on Drew Hernandez Live. As I said, it will distribute it over the course of the show, so just be on the lookout for that, because it'll just kind of do it randomly whenever it's ready. But thank you guys so much, and like I said, you can do it whenever you want throughout the show. If you gotta head out early, just drop it, and we'll acknowledge you while I'm talking. So thank you guys very, very much. 07's in the chat to every single one of you, starting the night off with fire. With fire. All right. Thank you guys so very much. Yeah, that's it, man. That's supporting the show. It's awesome. Supporting the channel every month, which is super awesome, man. You know, it's part of the, you know, I had to get away from YouTube because all they do is screw you, bury you. You start building up an audience, and then they hide you from the audience, and then your audience can't even support you. So what's the point? So I decided to really build this thing out into the future, and every single one of you guys are a part of that, and I thank you. We thank you. So 07's in the chat to every single one of you guys. Every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, just give it a moment. Give it a moment. See, there it is. It's already going. There it is. Congratulations, Joanne Evie. Gifted the subscription from T-Dub97401. See, it's getting to it. Just give it some time. Give it some time. Congratulations, Joanne Evie. Okay. Let's get into this intel, chat, because it's a lot. Let's get into this intel. And, I mean, this is, I'm seeing this popping up on the timeline. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Maybe call it audible and start off with the Israel movements. Or let's touch on the Russia, and then we'll get to it. It's all going down. It's all going down. But let's begin here. Okay? All right. Kremlin says Trump's Ukraine war ending offer is acceptable. So this is huge, right? And you guys know me. I give credit to where credit is due. critiquing anybody, whether it's Trump or whether it's someone I don't like or whoever it is. And I think at this point, the audience knows that's how we do things. Okay? And I will tell you right now, if President Trump can put a stop to a potential World War III nuclear Holocaust war scenario in Europe, that's a good thing, but that doesn't mean that we don't want you to have the same approach when it comes to Israel and Iran, because I think they are going to get into another round in Trump's presidency. It's looking like it will. It kind of looks like it has to, because Israel is for sure. They know they're losing the next generation. They know that their approval rating in America is decreasing because the next generation is not falling for it. And so, more on that. We're going to get to that, and we'll provide more analysis. Right? But here on this front, Kremlin says President Trump's Ukraine war-ending offer is acceptable. Okay. On Thursday, the Kremlin aide Yuri Yushakov said that the White House has made an acceptable offer to end the Ukraine war, setting the stage, it appears, for an in-person meeting between Russian President Vladimir Putin and President Donald Trump, potentially with Ukrainian dictator Vladimir Zelensky. Right now, the one that will be taking the biggest L will be Zelensky themselves. They love to act like they are making major progress. They love to act like they're winning the war, while simultaneously doing a welfare check tour around the world, claiming that they need more billions. You know, they do it simultaneously. Yeah, we're doing such a great job, you know. Vladimir's scared, but we need more money. We need more money. So if this happens, the gravy train will obviously come to a close, come to an end, and that's what we want. It's what I voted for, okay? I voted for this to come to an end. And obviously, according to President Trump's timeline, it has not gone according to plan. Okay? It has not gone according to plan. And regardless, if Trump can pull this off, great. Is this Trump's problem? Yeah, because if we have a serious nuclear exchange, and we literally, guys, you know, right before the inauguration, this administration was just getting us closer and closer, and the one who showed the most restraint was Vladimir Putin. Okay, that doesn't mean you're some kind of Russian agent. That doesn't mean you work for the KGB. That was clearly displayed. And we were covering this in detail right before the inauguration. Remember, like December, early January, it was just like every single night something was going down. Major bombings were happening in Russia. They're going back and forth. Hypersonic missiles from Russia just to flex, just to show them, hey, stop it. And the one showing the most restraint has been Vladimir Putin in all of this. Okay? And I think that has been obvious at this point. And tens of thousands of people have died on both sides. And Vladimir Putin has made himself clear. He's made himself clear. He obviously views Ukraine as a, you can say, an ethnic, when it comes to Russian origins. He views it as their land. He views it as a piece of their history. He views them as their people, right? And obviously, when you take a look at the history of the region and the past and how Ukraine even came to be, that seems to line up, right? And when you view it from Vladimir Putin's perspective, it obviously makes sense, because how would you feel if that was happening in America? It was a territory that is lost because of globalist command and conquer and conquest capabilities and agendas, And as a result, you become the villain when part of your territory and part of your heritage and land has now been lost over to multiple foreign entities and powers, right? In a nutshell, right? It's obviously a lot more complex than that, but in a nutshell, that's what we've seen from Vladimir Putin on both sides, and obviously, you know, from the Ukrainians, it's our democracy, we want to be autonomous when they're really not, right? It's just been retarded, right? Ukraine is not autonomous. Ukraine is not a democracy. They shut down elections. Zelensky's a dictator. He's being pimped out by the EU. He's being pimped out by the UN. He's being pimped out as a cash cow and used to further escalations in Europe by using this war. However, Vladimir Putin, for a while, has been in a position where it's, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. But also at the same time, he views that land, he views those people as a part of Russia's people. And I think he moved on it. I think he clearly moved on it. And that's what they've been wanting. The UN, this has been going on for decades, okay? This has been going on for a very long time, with the UN continually pushing on those borders, continually setting up militarily on those borders, continually propping and positioning themselves up as a threat. And obviously you can argue that from both sides. However, the escalation has been the problem. Right? I mean, war is, there's a time for war, the Bible says. There's a time for peace. And we're never going to be without war here on planet Earth. Okay? And I'm not saying that to just justify innocent people dying. I'm just saying that's just how it is, bro. And the only time we will be without war is when the Prince of Peace comes. All right? And after his millennial reign, there will be one last war between Satan and the world and the Messiah himself. And we all know how that's going to end. He's going to win. Cast them into eternal judgment forever. And then from that point, he'll revamp and bring in the new heaven, the new earth, revamp the universe, and we will live in eternity forever in eternal peace, safety, and security. Real peace, safety, and security with Christ Jesus forever. Only then will we experience a world or a time without war. And so as I say that is when you're taking a look at these things, and obviously the Bible's pretty clear that in the last days there will be wars and rumors of wars, right? These are things that will be going on, things that will be happening. And,
death is like the wind, always by my
side. Justify, you know, well, this is why we should go to war. This is why we should engage in murdering innocent people. You know, I'm just saying is, you know, there are things in life that are clearly going to be unavoidable. Now, you can take a position on that. That's totally fine. You have free speech, you're free will, you're a free human being. But what's been problematic for a very long time is clearly this has been used with global powers as a way to push the region into a serious destabilizing environment where nuclear war has been talked about from all sides. Biden was talking about this. Putin says he was ready. The escalation has gotten very, very real, and it's a very dangerous place to be.
I am dog. I'm casting
When we're talking nuclear war
spells.
in these modern times, we're not talking nuclear war like
Yeah.
mid-1940s first.
I can make a light
nuclear
with
bomb
my
used in
wand.
combat by the Americans in Japan twice. We're talking far more advancements. We're talking nuclear silo launches simultaneously on both sides, and there's no turning back. Okay, we're talking serious annihilation here. We're talking We're talking, dude, like decades of setbacks. We're talking agriculture, global fallout. We're talking economic destabilization and fallout. There's so much damage that comes from a nuclear war and exchange, aside from tens of millions dying, like in major cities, right?
30 seconds until minions
And obviously
spawn.
Trump wants to avoid that. He appears to. But,
the road to ruin is shorter than you think.
and that's why, you know, we had Trump in the 2024 campaign running to put a stop to that very thing. And we want the same approach when it comes to Israel and Iran, right? Because they're at the verge of that as well. However, here we are. The announcement from Moscow followed a visit by President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff on Wednesday, in which, quote, great progress was made. President Trump was even asked about this during a press conference with Tim Cook yesterday, the CEO of Apple. And a reporter asked President Trump, well, what are the details? What does great progress mean? Have you guys secured a deal? And Trump didn't seem to really want to give any details for obvious reasons. That's a very sensitive deal. But I can maybe find the clip, but President Trump did indicate that, you know, we've made progress before, and, you know, and I haven't been too happy of, you know, how the things have gone, and then it just kind of goes nowhere. So I think Trump is in a position where he knows he's not in full control, meaning Putin's just going to do what he's going to do. And Putin is too far invested into this thing, and meaning they're actually gaining ground. They are actually gaining what he sees to be his, and obviously the ultimate end goal would be Ukraine itself. I mean,
Dog.
Right?
You go to the music store.
That's what's triggered under the Biden regime, and it's led us to where we are. Tens of thousands of people are dying on both sides, and we are paying billions of dollars on top of to Ukraine to fight the Russians. So it's a proxy war. We all know that. We all seen that. And so it obviously will be an achievement for President Trump to accomplish this. But President Trump, I don't know if he's using the poker face to say, well, we've kind of been here before, and it just ends up going nowhere. But there is progress. I don't know if Trump is just using poker face, so, you know, nothing has to be obviously disclosed when he's asked about it. It's a situation. Or, he really does feel that way. Like, no, yeah, we'll see. Honestly, we'll see. But then we have this, okay? When speaking to reporters Thursday, today,
That's a pretty word.
Ushakov said that the Kremlin received a, quote, proposal from the Americans during the Witkoff meeting. After a day of review, it appears the proposal was deemed acceptable
Who I am.
by Russia. Now, this is interesting because Russia's demands have been very, very, very high, right? And viral. Here's a video of where this report. Yes, that article is Infowars.com. Let's get into this video. Is there an offer from the Americans? Seems quite acceptable to us. Where will the possible meeting take place? Well, I can't say yet, although it is defined in principle. Matter of days, that means already next week. Days, not weeks. Tentatively, tentatively, yes, next week. Now we will work. Let's go. Where will it be? I just said.
I will follow this path until
Rubio said that now there is something to discuss. That is our signals were received? Rubio is right. Okay. So this is where this report is coming from.
This blade never gets
that's why I put the headline with a question mark, because we'll see what happens here, just like Trump has said himself. We'll see, because we've been in talks with Putin.
I wish ChatGPT saved your conversations. That's kind of weird.
Progress, and then they don't stop.
ChatGPT doesn't like save the conversation until you delete it.
Oh, it saves it. I got like 10 different conversations.
Okay, they've all done this to Trump. And Trump is understandably furious. You can see it on his face when he talks about it. Why? Because President Trump ran on putting an end to the war in Ukraine in less than 24 hours with a phone call. As president-elect, before Inauguration Day, it has not happened. And President Trump also made it very clear that this massive conflict, it's a war going on, and genocide. There's atrocities going on. President Trump promised to put an end to that as well. And, we ended up getting a 12-day war. It went from the conflict between Hamas and Israel in Gaza,
the swords
Palestine,
company for a long road.
and it went from a war between Israel and Iran directly. Okay, and we all know what happened there, right? That escalated pretty damn quickly, and we know how that ended. It ended with Trump being pissed. Why? Because the Israelis and the Iranians both violated the ceasefire. And at the time, remember I told you guys, like, it's gonna happen. These people are not gonna stop fighting. I know Trump's style. I know Trump wants to be in control. I know what Trump ran on. These people don't give a damn. Okay, they care more about their own regional interests than they do Trump's life. People like Benjamin Netanyahu care more about his own personal regional interests, religious interests. Okay, all these foreign countries, they care more about themselves than they do President Trump. How do I know Trump is frustrated by that? Did you see what happened the morning after the ceasefire completely failed? Trump came outside of the White House and said, Israel and Iran, they don't know what the F they're doing. Dropping F-bombs. Outside of the White House. So yeah. Trump is not happy. Okay? And you can clearly see the same thing is happening. I'm not saying this to, this trailer diss Trump. It's simple. You can see it. You see it all over his face. It makes sense to me because of what he ran on. Right? It makes sense to me because of what he ran on, and it's not lining up. And obviously that's going to piss someone like Trump off. But before we continue any further, breaking news in the chat. Fresno Racer has gifted 10 subscriptions to 10 random Riggas in the chat. 10 random Riggas in the chat. No Riggas left behind. 07s in the chat to Fresno Racer and all of the recipients.
Just looking for...
Let's go. Thank you so much. The broadcast. So, back to where we are. So here's the latest development. Yusakov did say that Moscow and Washington still had topics to discuss, but the Russians agreed with the view of Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had described the talks as a good day. And we just saw that right there.
I will follow this path until the end.
The statements echoed other Russian officials' statements on Wednesday. Putin's economic envoy, Kirill Dmitriev, who met with Witkoff that the diplomatic dialogue will prevail the Americans for the meeting. The Russian economic statement is notable due to the looming secondary tariffs. Okay? Take note of that as well. But before we continue, we gotta make sure we honor this and we recognize for you guys for this. Atkins 316 has gifted 5 subscriptions.
My honor left a long time.
07's in the chat. 07's in the chat. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for supporting the show. 07's in the chat to Atkins 316.
One step ahead of the pack.
We thank you. So, Putin's economic envoy, Kirill Dmitriev, who met with Witkoff Wednesday morning prior to the Putin meeting, said that the diplomatic dialogue will prevail and thanked the Americans for the meeting. The Russian economic envoy's statement is notable due to the looming secondary. United Arab Emirates may provide a suitable this would be one of the quite suitable This meeting in general is already agreed upon by both Washington and Moscow. On July 21st, it was reported that aides to President Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping discussed a potential meetup of world leaders in Beijing, China, scheduled for September. There's a possibility that Putin will be in the Chinese capital at that time. And the Kremlin said there is a possibility of an in-person Trump/Putin meeting there as well.
An ally has been slain.
Quote from the spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, the Kremlin spokesman.
No one is
Quote, you know
tomorrow.
that we are preparing for a trip to Beijing. The president is preparing for this trip. We have not heard that President Trump is also going there to Beijing. Kremlin spokesman said at the time, Ukraine's dictator
Honor is in the heart.
also said Thursday that he is ready to end the war. His announcement was equally as important. Zelensky said he spoke to German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and discussed ending the war in what he described as a dignified peace that would determine the security conditions in Europe. Stone. This is what is being talked about. Putting Western Europe on the side successfully ending the war, which NATO heavily backed. You've had the UN, you've had the EU, you've had NATO, you've had all of this. They're the ones who will decide. Zelensky said, quote, Ukraine is not afraid of meetings and expects the same bold approach from the Russian side. It is time to end the war. The Ukrainian dictator posted on social media, quote, today is a day of numerous calls and contacts aimed at making real progress on the path to peace and ensuring Ukraine's independence under any circumstances. Several conversations are planned for today. A call with German Chancellor Merz is already on the schedule. We'll also be in contact with colleagues from France and Italy.
No more than a brush.
There will also be communication at the level of national security advisors. I've instructed that this special format take place today. Yesterday, after our joint conversation with President Trump and European leaders, I also spoke separately with NATO Secretary General Rutte and President of Finland Stubb. We are working together. It is important to go over the key details. The priorities are absolutely clear. First, an end to the killing. And it is Russia that must agree to this. Second, a format for leaders so that such a meeting can lead to a truly lasting peace. We in Ukraine have repeatedly said that finding real solutions can be truly effective. At the level of leaders, it is necessary to determine the timing for such a format and the range of issues to be addressed. Third, possibly together with the United States and Europe.
Justice.
Ukraine has never won a war and will Russia, which started this war, and takes steps to end its aggression. The world has leverage over the aggressor and a means to verify whether promises are being kept. I'm grateful to everyone who is firmly certain conditions must be created for talks to take place. Bloom said, going on to say, alas, we are still far from creating such conditions. RT had this to say about the Russian perspective. Moscow, however, continues to question Zelensky's legal capacity to sign binding agreements. The Ukrainian leader's presidential term expired last year, and he refused to hold a new election, citing martial law. This prompted Moscow to declare him illegitimate. So you could get maybe some kind of a regime change. If that's what Moscow wants, and Russian diplomats are saying, well, the Americans have offered something acceptable. It should be on the table. On Wednesday, President Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, met with Putin in hopes of attaining a ceasefire in the Ukraine war, while President Trump said great progress was made during the roughly 3-hour meeting. Soon thereafter, he doubled tariffs on India to 50% for its purchases of Russian oil. While the Ukraine war may have been a factor in some media outlets have claimed, BRICS trading partners and the dollar as the world's reserve currency may have also been a factor. The president posted a comment about the meeting after his envoy met the Russian leader. My special envoy Steve Witkoff just had a highly productive meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Great progress was made. Afterwards, I updated some of our European allies. Everyone agrees this war has come to a close. Thank you for giving you guys the details before we get into some of this analysis. And I do want to find, but I am severely mentally retarded, so please.
Wanderer isn't always.
Please give me some grace. But Trump on Ukraine.
A summoner has disconnected.
Let's see if I can find this clip because he did comment on this.
Dying's the easy part.
An enemy has been slain.
This was today. I believe this was today, and then I'll report the other.
Does Putin have to meet with Zelensky in order and before you and Putin have to meet? Or you
One purpose.
I don't know. I didn't hear him. No, he doesn't. No. They would like to meet with me. And
What dog?
To stop the killing. So last month they lost 14.
You said,
Every week. So I don't know. Long waits. I think it's a shame. And they're
nice.
Russian soldiers, they're Ukrainian and Russian soldiers.
You call me a liar, dog?
No. Fuck.
So that was President Trump commenting on the situation today.
Dude, this guy has 6 kills. He hasn't killed me once, bro. That's fucking insane.
This was yesterday, so I found the clip. Not sure if it's the full one, but let's listen to this. I know this is it, but let's see if it's got the full comments.
Jesus, Sage.
The one I just played you was today. This clip is from yesterday.
Well, there's a very good prospect that they will. And we haven't determined where we had some very good talks with the president today. And there's a very good chance that we could be ending the round, ending the end of that road.
Oh, God.
Long and
Your
continuously.
team has destroyed a turret.
There's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon. Excuse me? Well, I don't want to say it. It's disappointing with this one.
I thought Hazuka.
Made it clear that you're making good progress, but okay, and what Trump means by that is, and we've seen it, White House goes back and forth with Putin. The problem is Russia is too invested in this, and they have gained ground. And it's not as easy as just, well, we're gonna stop now. Right? The decision, because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Vladimir Putin's self-restraint has been wild. Watching this for the past few years, and watching Vladimir Putin's restraint with everything that's gone on, even leading up to the inauguration of this year, it blows my mind. We have not ended up in a nuclear exchange. We know that, NATO, UN, we know these people want it, right? But the problem is Russia's too invested. They've gained ground, and obviously Ukraine is they're just the conduit. They're the proxy. They're literally not a democracy right now. Okay? Postponed elections. Zelensky's literally a dictator. Calling martial law, right? President Trump is obviously optimistic, but not viewing it as, well, it's about to go down. As he said, you heard the president himself, that I've been disappointed before. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly what an acceptable offer means to the Russians, and we will probably find out, like Trump said, either in the next few days or the next couple of weeks, just exactly what is agreed upon when it comes to the terms. But as we saw in the report earlier,
Allah
Russia seems to have a concern about the legitimacy of Vladimir Zelensky actually being. Can he even come to the table? Can he even come to an agreement? There is some kind of written agreement, which is, done somewhere. It's not like it actually means anything. They usually get violated anyways. Can Zelensky, is he an actual real president? Is he an actual representative? And so that's going to play a factor. I'm actually interested to see what is going on here, because we know Trump is done with Zelensky. I mean, we all saw what happened in the Oval Office what, 2 months ago. That was brutal. That was brutal. And Trump wants to get on the court. He represents Iran. But at the same time, this is not Trump's mess to clean. This does not fall on President Trump. This is not something he started. But it is something he battled to put an end to. And so he stepped in and back and does the same thing. It's the same thing the Israelis and the Iranians do. Okay? Same thing. And you can tell President Trump is fed up. Because he's obviously just trying to put an end to something that we all want an end to. But I'll tell you, you know, the military-industrial complex and the rhino psychopaths here in the United States of America that worship Ukraine just like they worship Israel, they don't want this to happen. Right? There's a lot of money to be made in terms of defense contracts when it comes to weapons arms deals and when it comes to any further military apparatus that is sent to Ukraine or it's always money. You know, it's always money, and it'll be interesting to see where this thing's landing because as of right now, you can tell President Trump seems to not be done with it.
Honor is in the heart.
But it also seems that, in my opinion, that he could now start to potentially really hurt his presidency.
What the fuck is he doing, man?
Because you get involved in something that has nothing to do with you. When you're the one vowing to put an end to something that had nothing to do with you, including a massive war, and you don't deliver on that, well, now that's going to be used against you. Okay?
Damn, how long does it take for ChatGPT to generate images of like
you know,
fake shit for things that like
war that Trump started, but it will be
like merged together?
stopping the Ukraine war.
Probably like over a minute.
Stopping that war, he bombed Iran, right? So from a political perspective, as we prepare and get ready for the midterms, Trump is viewing this as something that it could go either way, right? But according to the way that things have been going, it hasn't been going his way. And I think that's why when President Trump was asked about this publicly, he was like, I've been disappointed before, we've made progress, and then they're bombing each other all over. It could be. Zelensky doesn't make any sense. But when it comes to Russia, it could be entirely possible that Vladimir Putin is flexing on Trump.
An enemy has been slain.
To be honest, because you got to think in terms of how Trump has been talking. You got Trump out there saying, I'll call Putin in 24 hours. I'll have that thing done. It would have never happened under me. None of these guys. Putin would have never even thought of invading Ukraine if I were the president. You had Trump talking like this, and when these guys hear this kind of stuff, you can only think that someone like Vladimir Putin, he may like Trump, right? But it's still Vladimir Putin. He's fully engaged and invested in a war. I'm not saying it's you may have your own opinion on that. But by the time Trump comes back to the White House and is like, okay, well, it's time to put little Vladimir in his place, Vladimir might just sit back and say, really? You see what I'm saying? And it provides a backfire on Trump. And I'm not saying that Trump vowing to put a stop to something like that was wrong. It's absolutely necessary because we don't want that. Because not only do we have to pay for this with...
Dog, you're not...
it's going to end up being paid for with blood. With American blood, right? So,
You gotta start winning, dog. Or else your team is gonna lose.
No, I got the. Oh my god, I got them so low, dude.
So,
that he's not doing well on and thinks he is doing well on. What I'm saying is, you know, there's not a lot of time left. Okay, and if Trump clearly cannot wrap this thing up, he's just got to let it go on, right? Because instead of wasting 6 months to try to cut some kind of deal in order for it to just end starting right where it began for another 6 months, the president's really got to make some decisions, okay? You know, where do our efforts really go? Where do our efforts really need to be in? Because now we only have 3.5 years left. And so that's something to consider as well when it comes to this specific situation. And but like I said, it will be used. It will be used as a failure by the Democrats and any type of opposition towards a Trump candidate or an America First candidate. They bring this it will be used, and it doesn't surprise me. Reflection all over the campaign trail, and then when you get in, Vladimir Putin's not being very, very right? And I think that really serves purpose to fall. I think that really hits his ego.
Do you ever get that app to generate random shit for you? Not like you have in your head? Nice.
He's the same guy that's like, I'm going to pick up the phone and I'm going to put an end to this thing in 24 hours. If you're Putin, you're hearing
I will not forget.
So I think that's what we've seen happen here. I think it's entirely possible. If this administration delivers and put an end to a war that right? Any way we can avoid
what'd you ask?
I want to generate a picture of like two planes put into one.
2 planes put into one? I mean, yeah, just describe which planes, and then maybe I'll be able to.
Well, it already did. It sent one.
This is developing,
but I didn't like it as much, so I kind of changed which plane I wanted.
That is a W. That is
Yeah,
a
it's
W, not only for
probably
Trump,
not
but for
gonna
the
generate something like
administration,
too
but for the
good or
world.
anything.
Okay, for the world, anything we can do to avoid another war or a potential nuclear war is for sure a good thing. All right, so something to be on the lookout for, because it's looking like any day now something big could come, right? A big peace deal where, you know, obviously the Trump administration, Trump is the mediator, finally putting an end to this thing. And we don't have to have any more retard rhino Republicans in Congress with their damn Ukraine ties and pins and flags and Ukraine thongs and Ukraine dildos and Ukraine, you know, we don't have to, you know, we don't have to sit there and just be dragged through this crap, sending tens of billions of dollars to Ukraine for what? For what? How does that benefit me? Huh? And then be lectured about this crap. It's been going on for far too long. Well, while we are losing our country, culturally, spiritually, economically, obviously there's a turnaround happening now, but this is why this has to stop. It's like, a lot of military contracts, a lot of war profiteers.
What's that noise, dog?
Some deals that satisfy all of that, and
Banana bread.
to be honest, I think what you will get is okay. Well, wrap it up with Ukraine, but we didn't
Homemade
have Israel and
dog?
Iran going back and forth.
No. 13 episodes so good.
Right? So, doesn't mean we're out of the woods, but it'll be a great thing, obviously. And Trump, if he and his administration can accomplish that, that'll just be one thing to check off of the list. However, and by the way, this Iran-Israel conflict, and remember I told you at the time, after America bombed Iranian nuclear facilities, and Trump is out there saying we bombed it, it's destroyed, it's over, it's done.
Great ideas.
You know, dog, sometimes I just feel like that fucking old white guy in Breaking Bad, just eating the nuggets.
I don't remember that guy.
At least you got to eat nuggets, right?
Is he just a random in the background?
No.
Who are you talking about then? I don't remember that.
He like fucking kills himself. After eating some nuggets.
That doesn't help either.
This fucking faggot gives me like the worst clue about a fucking movie and then doesn't help me at all. Fucking has me guessing with this
like,
fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit, you fuck!
How is it not a good fucking hint? It was a fucking line from the main character.
What you doing?
Yeah, it was a line from a main character, fag retard.
Fucking faggot. Doesn't even sound. He says it, and it doesn't even sound like the fucking dude in real life. You fucking piece of shit. Yeah.
Fucking faggot retard.
Spent too much time around plane engines, alright? You're fucking deaf.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Thinks fucking the Punisher sounds like that. Thinks his fucking guitar's out of tune. You know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Faggot went back and watched the scene, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm a retard. Fucking gay faggot.
Okay, say it again.
Nah, you don't deserve it.
No, because I'm gonna watch it again. And then
You remember what I sounded
it.
like?
Yeah, but I want to hear it again so it's fresh in my memory.
No.
Yeah, because you know you're fucking retarded, dude.
What's new at McDonald's?
Hey guys, it's Hey guys. Welcome.
So let's just explain to the viewers why it's hard to collect your Kerr's energy on this track. It's so fast with so many three heavy braking zones.
Yeah, average speed around this racetrack is 245 kilometers an hour.
very few braking zones. You need those braking zones to use the. And it seems Lewis Hamilton is out of the slipstream now with Michael Schumacher. And this will be a straightforward who can break the latest. Michael conceding the place. And yeah, very tidy, clean move from Lewis Hamilton.
Nice indeed, but now Schumacher still has that speed. Now he has the slipstream and the DRS, so he's going around the outside. Is he going to take that place straight back? Lewis didn't really cut him off early enough. He's got to be much more aggressive like Schumacher was to him, and Schumacher just swings straight back round using the straight line speed that's held Lewis up so much.
Dude, just a fucking 20-second clip is so much more entertaining than
Shut your fucking mouth. Fuck are you doing to your keyboard, dog?
What the fuck you do to your keyboard? What is typing?
Nice.
What is typing? What is that? Typing?
Yeah, doing that voice is like second nature to you, man.
Yeah, dude, I hear it all day, so.
Well, when you fucking talk to yourself?
Dog, are you at the gym, dog? Get online, dog.
Hey. So you don't remember the guy fucking eating nuggets? Like, what the fuck is wrong, dog?
See, at least when I type in "What did you do, Fury?"
Nice.
on YouTube, it shows up. When I type that faggot shit in with the nuggets, nothing comes up. So good job, dude.
Hey.
Fucking faggot retard.
Really, dude?
What did you do? It literally sounds the exact same. Yo, that actually sounds the exact same. Oh my god, dude.
In your head, it sounds the exact same, but you gotta hear your voice, alright?
Literally sounds the exact same.
Yeah, record your voice and play it next to it, alright? Fucking
Well,
piece
it's
of
already on
shit.
stream, so I could just go back later and
Fucking piece of shit. Fucking faggot isn't playing anything, dude.
I
Like,
just have to wait because this fucking game is retarded.
shit.
This game is retarded.
Fucking retarded, but he doesn't play another fucking game, dude.
Yeah, because they don't work. They don't fucking work.
Battlefield has lost 98% of its player base in just one weekend. Guys, is Battlefield dead? Bro, you know what? After yesterday's clip, I think Battlefield is dead. It's
Retarded.
at one point talked about Shifty Shift if I could find it, and I don't know if it's this one
How did
or not.
How did it generated something
it's
for me
glorious to
earlier?
listen to
I
him
copied
call
and
him
pasted
Watermelon
the
Head,
same
call him
fucking
Pixel
thing I
Mac,
asked it
all
to
of
do.
that.
That worked, and then I removed one of the 3 planes, and now it doesn't follow the content policy.
No, I can't find it right now. So I've got
Damn,
so many
dog.
bookmarks that I can't even keep up with this shit half the time. So you know how it is. I mean, I'm not
Bro,
the most
look.
organized streamer. Shocking. I know that's a
What planet
shocking
is this?
revelation for many of you. Let's see. Nope. Oh my God. What is this? Wait a minute. I do have this one though.
I love you, Mr. Horsey. You're my bestest friend in the wide, wide world. I love you, Mr. Horsey. You're my bestest friend in the wide, wide world. Must be preserved.
I don't know why that was saved. I have no idea. But hey, it is what it is. So you have some weird shit saved for whatever reason, and is Gary still in the chat? He's probably like, why am I getting caught up on this? What did I do? But I'm sure you've all heard, President Trump's comments about Adam Schiff. And Adam Schiff has been making a lot of tweets today, and he's very, very nervous that the walls truly seem to be closing in on Shifty Schiff right now. It's not going to be very good for him. And listen, as I've said for the past couple of months now, the more information that they are dropping on these politicians and some of these higher level Obama people, if there's not some follow through, MAGA, the MAGA base is going to be very pissed off, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. The MAGA base deserve to be pissed off if we don't see some arrest after all of this. And in fact, I think Trump today, I was listening to him talk a little bit today, and I'm pretty sure Trump said, like, point blank, like, I'm looking at Pam Bondi to get some of this stuff done. Like, he's putting the pressure on Pam Bondi to make sure that she does not drop the ball on this. So as long as Trump's putting the pressure on her, hopefully she follows through, because clearly she's going to need him to motivate her to do her damn job. Zach Attack says, what do you think about Ringgate, a bunch of catty conservative women being jealous
Did it rain
over
today,
a wedding
dog?
ring on X?
I don't think it did. A lot of it did. But then again, it could have rained tonight, and I wouldn't have noticed. Oh, no.
Zach Attack says, what do you think about Ringgate, a bunch of catty conservative women being jealous over a wedding ring on X? I vaguely heard about this story. I can't say that I know a whole lot about it. I guess, like, I might be wrong about this, but apparently there was like some influencer girl, posted like a picture of her ring, and she's like, oh, I'm getting married or something. And I guess like conservative women were criticizing the size of the ring or something like that. I don't care. I really don't. Like, most of these conservative women don't know shit about what's going on anyway. They just want to be part of the fucking movement to, and it's not even just women though, by the way. Most of these MAGA influencers are phony as fuck. They just are. They just absolutely are. And they all showed up when Trump was clearly going to be the nominee, but they didn't show up right after 2020. They didn't show up when he was banned from everything.
Yo, dog,
they were
what
real quiet.
did you
watch? Because they all thought DeSantis was going to get
what, the other night?
because they thought Trump was going to be pulled down by legal stuff. And they all showed up. They're basically bandwagoners, is what they are. So I really don't pay attention.
How was it, dog?
She didn't get a ring. Is that what it was? Okay. Again, I don't know the details of it. A bunch of women fighting online and being jealous over some bullshit. So
For a soft reboot, not the strongest.
Wasn't really a story I cared about. That's
Damn, dog.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm just not interested in talking with a lot of these people, these MAGA influencers.
How was the new
yeah, I don't know a lot
dinosaur
about
dog?
Simping on Simpcast,
It
says
actually
Beardo
wasn't in
didn't
the
know
movie that
Dave
much at
Rubin
all.
pounding him was gay. Olympian Products.
Nice.
Dave Rubin says he'd love to go to Israel with Little Ben.
Kind of from the tower.
Eric K says Jeremy is the most intelligent, concise,
The
well-organized,
guy
and entertaining man on YouTube.
was
or
like
any other
5 feet
platform.
away from its mouth, just basically
So we're just
allowing
lying
it to
now.
eat him, and then he still
I mean,
got
okay
away
with that.
somehow.
Bigfoot Papa says the meme is supposedly anti-Vance and MAGA, and that
It's got a
Vance
fucking
and
balloon
MAGA.
head, right?
My brother even said
Beluga head,
it got
yeah.
big because the news reported that he hated it, made it bigger supposedly. Are you kidding me? Yeah, well, I'm sorry, but these guys, they are wrong. You know, Trump and Vance love the memes. David Phillips says, Jeremy, do you want to see an L that Laura Loomer took recently when she threw shade at a Medal of Honor recipient? I saw some stuff about that. The infighting from the MAGA people has not something I've really been interested in. There's been a lot of infighting with MAGA people, so when I see it, I don't look that far into it because
I'll get my own dinner
but
tomorrow.
Yeah,
so you
I
don't
saw
make
she was
anything.
catching some help or something. Jeffrey Hill says, do you feel good about someone significant going to jail? Finally, I hope so. I hope to see someone. I hope so. Someone needs to pay for all the crap they did to Trump.
Oh fuck.
If I'm a betting man right now, if you're asking me to put money on a major name going to jail, I'm not putting money on it. I'm just not. I hope so, but if I'm putting money on it, I mean, if I'm a betting man, I'm not putting money on it. Not happening. Bigfoot Papa says TDS is so potent that even South Park has fallen for it. I don't know. Hoping it's become more than repetitive Trump man bad jokes. We shall see. Sola Felix says, why is I'm not even trying that one. Little Jim Taylor says UK women arresting people for catcalling. Eric K says D-Day Cobra. It is to show the UK. It is to show the UK has a free speech. I bet they would not do some other groups coming to the UK. 100%. John Jones says, someone please hack that UK Vance screen and display anti-Islam stuff. Paul Stella says, took your recommendation to watch the first season of True Detective. Truly perfect television. Thank you. Listen, man, if there's something I can't hype enough, it's the first season of True Detective. It is the greatest season of television I have ever seen. I've not really watched all the other seasons because everything changes from season to season, the cast and everything, the setting, but the first season of True Detective is a perfect season of television. It is the greatest season of television I've ever seen. I'm glad you liked it. X-Wing throws things at WNBA players. Best of Tom Shalhoub, Adam Schiff parody. Sippin' on Simcast says, JD video reminds me of when you delivered the donuts. That's about how I look. Eric John Pizarro says, Billy Zane as Brando is uncanny best casting ever. What's up, Eric John? Good to see you, brother. Now we are getting ready for Mario Kart over on. I'm not streaming it from my perspective tonight, but I will stream it on Geeking in Play. A little update too on something that I have been talking about. My buddy Jake Randall got his Twitter account back. It took 2 weeks, but he finally got his account back. So his account has been returned to him. He says he's leaving it locked as he's visiting family, but please know it has been secured. So finally, after 2 weeks and countless tags, reaching out to people, he finally got his account back. And like I said, Jake is a really good dude. So I'm super happy for him that he got his account back. Thank you to everybody who helped retweet stuff like that. Just look, man, with it. Like I said, you want to talk about YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of this, Instagram. In my opinion, for all of its faults, YouTube miles better than any other platform when it comes to working with people that have had their accounts, something happened to their account or whatever, YouTube is miles better than anybody else. Doesn't mean they're perfect, because they're certainly not perfect, and I can count 100 people that have had something happen to their account, but my experience and in my experience, people I know, YouTube has been the best. So, let's see here. Okay. Dude, really? That is a tough photo. I just saw this photo hit my timeline. All of these guys are gone except for Brett. Damn! All of these guys are gone except for Brett the Hitman Hart. Wow. That is an awful, awful picture. That hurts. That hurts. Got Jim the Anvil, Owen. You got Pillman. You got British Bulldog. That's tough. Damn you, Twitter. Why you gotta show me shit like that? That's just depressing. That's all that is. But yeah, it's unfortunately true. What is this right here? Judge Janine criminally charges this person who threw a sandwich at police in DC. This guy thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony. A felony. Judge Janine doesn't play. Let me see if I can get this video to play. Elon's Twitter is not very good. What in the fuck is the video? Like, yeah, Twitter is terrible, dude. So, breaking news, U.S. Attorney from D.C., Janine, announces that the deranged liberal who threw a sandwich at the FBI that took part in Trump's crime crackdown has been charged with a felony of assault on a police officer. That's fucking awesome, dude. So there you go. I can't get the video to play for some reason. Good lord, what a shit. Is this it? Hang on. What is this?
Right here.
Fascist?
Fuck you.
Oh.
Shade! 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 Shade!
I laugh, but that's the truth. We really talking real shit. I need to do some background studying about the
The ones they pulled up in. These fascists.
Oh, the fascists tried to federal fight.
Where did they? What vehicles did they show up in?
They showed up at unmarked.
Where are they? Where?
Right, is the white truck right there. The white car in front of there.
That white Jeep over there.
All the white cars.
All those white cars.
Yeah. So this is a white boy who wants black people to accept him, and he's trying to virtue signal so that he can get acceptance from black people. That's the type of leftist liberal this loser is. Complete and total beta.
Yeah.
They fought a man.
I'm on my way.
No! Hey, Daddy, come on, man. Let's go get him, bro. Let's get that. No, no, no. No. No, 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 no. You don't got me too bad.
Justice will.
No! No, no, no. Whoa.
Little bit. It's not fucking right
Oh. Damn.
Come on, Brian.
Go fucking way.
Shut down.
Sit there.
Motherfucker!
A summoner has disconnected.
Playing as
His name is Cassidy.
He cooked up! He cooked up!
oh, finally, you're not playing as a fucking
What an
fag.
idiot, dude. What a fucking retard. So, yeah. Shout out to Judge Janine for that, for handling business. So, there you have it. Criminally charges this person who threw a sandwich at the police. And this guy thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony. How does it feel to be a felon? Since, you know, you keep talking about how Trump is a felon. Now, how does it feel to be a felon now, you fucking bitch? Anyway, let's see here. River Miles for 10 says, happy birthday, Jake Randall and Mod Jessica. Let's go. Let's see, Hydro Coptic says, I'm late. Have you talked about Maxwell getting work release yet? I have not. I didn't see that story, actually. Is that true? Like, I heard someone talking about it, but I didn't see that. I heard people talking about it. Robo Guy says, did you or anyone in gamers get flagged as underage? YouTube rolled out AI age verification today. Don't know if any of you got flagged. No one that I know at this point. Fantastic Knox says, what a waste of a sandwich. Blast Radio says, it's always some white liberal yuppies scumbag starting a mess. Always is. John freaking Murdoch 450 says, considering how the world is falling apart, I make myself feel better by sending super chats to a what is this disadvantaged gay guy on YouTube. Hail the 199, hail slow, gay Jeremy, Mage Prime of the 199, Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter. Hey, I am happy to help out, John. I'm happy to help out. Thank you so much. Anima Chain says, ironically, those same ninjas gonna, you know what, bro, in prison. Monica says, finally finished Animal Kingdom. Bravo. Animal Kingdom is a great show. It's a great show. So, thank you. I'm glad, Monica, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I did as well. And on that note, I'm going to send you guys over to the Mario Kart stream. I have Mario Kart tonight over on the Geeks Gamer Play channel. If you're interested, I'll be hanging out with my G&G crew. I am not streaming my perspective tonight, but I will be on the stream. So Geeks and Gamers Play tonight. That is where Mario Kart is happening.
And then we started, even the IDF was coming out and saying, well, it kind of set it back just for a couple months. And I told you, the story can't be it's over.
An enemy has been slain.
Israel won't let it. They can't. Okay? They need that boogeyman to remain. It's the strongest boogeyman they have. The nuclear Iranian threat. Okay? And, you know, you had Trump out there aggressively saying we destroyed it, it's over, we stopped that threat. And then the Israelis were not saying that at the beginning. The Israelis were saying it's caused some pretty serious damage, but we do think that they've got their enriched uranium out, and we believe that it maybe set them back a couple months, maybe 6 months at the most, and that's exactly what I told you guys. This doesn't go away, okay? They've been telling you Iran is on the verge of a nuclear weapon since before I was even born. You think that's just gonna go away because Trump bombed the Iranian nuclear facilities? Of course not. You stupid goy. You think Israel's gonna allow that? No, we will be back in that situation again. If not under the remainder of Trump's term. I personally think J.D. Vance will win the presidency in 2028, just as long as there is a free and fair election. I haven't made any decision personally. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I have not made any decision as to who I'm going to support. I may not even support anybody, honestly, and just provide my expert analysis of them. listened to my broadcast last night, you know exactly why I hesitate getting behind a J.D. Vance presidency. If you didn't listen to our intel last night, I suggest you go listen to it. Because you need to know what Palantir is and the connection to Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance and just how dangerous this AI takeover that's already happening truly is to our future. And so, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, honestly. However, the reason why I say that is I still think J.D. Vance will be the president. We get a free and fair election, J.D. Vance will be your guy. He's been financially groomed. He's been groomed for this, propped up for this. And, you know, I really started hearing this right before the inauguration, right after the election, that J.D. Vance, everything you're seeing, like the rapid response accounts, all of this stuff, all of this is preparing to propel J.D. Vance as the future of MAGA. And that's why you're seeing a lot of the MAGA influencers out there. They're calling J.D. Vance 48 already. There's a reason for that. Okay? It's not because they like him. It's because there is already infrastructure being laid out to install J.D. Vance as the president. However, the reason why I say this is if you get 8 years of J.D. Vance, you are going to see some Iranian, Israel war going on. No doubt in my mind, especially because of what Palantir is doing and how much money they're making. They have to. There's a lot of profit to be made. And I totally get it. If you have not researched Palantir, you have no idea what I'm talking about, you need to. You will see exactly what I see. Go do your research, right? Go do your research. Yeah, if we get a free and fair election, I'm fully under the belief that J.D. Vance will be the president in 2021. Well, as a result of that election, right? But anyways, okay, so speaking of Israel, let's take a look at this because this is breaking tonight. Okay? This is breaking tonight. Netanyahu to Fox News. Israel will take control of Gaza to liberate people from Hamas. You believe that? You believe that? In an interview with Fox News' Bill Hemmer, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that Israel plans to take military control of all of Gaza. He further noted that control will not be permanent, and control will eventually be handed over to armed forces that will govern it properly. Right. Netanyahu is going to liberate the people of Gaza. Hand over the government to trusted Palestinians. If you believe this, you are retarded. You are literally retarded, okay? This is not in line with their agenda whatsoever. Not in line at all. But we got a clip. Take a look at this. What's up with this guy's eye, dude? His mask is like falling off. This guy's eye is like melting, dude. Look at that, dude. You notice that? Demonic, dude. Yeah, but what if the people of Gaza are the same ones, these innocent Palestinians saying, we want Israel to go the hell away out of Palestine? They won't do it. Yeah. Talk to a Palestinian today. He doesn't really care, just wants to leave. And if they come back and tell you, Israel just needs to get the hell out of here, you think Israel's gonna listen?
You have slain an enemy.
Give me a break, dude. They want the land. That's why they've been ethnically cleansing it already. And they want to finish the job because they see that window of opportunity closing. Because the world stage, there's some big decisions that are coming soon. Some big UN meetings. Canada, I think France. Has France already done it? I can't remember. Was it Macron just himself? You've got some countries that are going to be meeting soon that will be officially recognizing Palestine as its own autonomous state, and so that's gonna change things. That's gonna rearrange some things geopolitically and militarily, right? Because now, who gets involved now as a result? So definitely some big updates, and that's why I've been telling you guys, you know, have your eye on these, you know, Russian negotiations, and also have your eye on this, because Israel knows its time is running out. That is for sure. And Netanyahu knows his time is running out. And we have these breaking news reports here tonight. This is Dominic Michael Trippi, reported right before I went live. IDF forces are reportedly taking positions along Gaza border in preparation for ground invasion, and we are seeing multiple reports tonight. Justin, this is Disclosed TV. Satellite images show Israeli forces building up along the Gaza border for a possible ground invasion via NBC. Okay, so this is developing, guys, and we can have a ground invasion if it's not already happening, but definitely tonight. Night in America. I think it's the morning over there. What time is it over there? Let's see, what time would it be? In the Middle East. What time is it? 5:30 in the morning. 5:30 in the morning, so it's entirely possible. Imminent ground invasion. I mean, the Israelis already said, yep, we're ready. They've already met. They've already made decisions. Sounds like the military is mobilizing, and I think it's pretty clear that Israel knows that it's time. Time is
Yo, that's insane, bro.
Right? So, as a result, these people get desperate.
We were down 4v5 and they fucking surrendered.
Because when they view themselves, right? When they view themselves here, we even have some more. Here's the Times of Israel. I'll show you Israeli news if you think I'm just making stuff up here. Here's their own publications. Bucking IDF warnings. Security Cabinet approves Netanyahu's plan to conquer Gaza City. Proposal focuses on densely populated city in northern strip after Premier said Israel's goal was to take remaining areas. IDF intercepts drones from Yemen twice.
Any metal cut to size.
Within an hour. And 16 minutes ago, Netanyahu's office confirms cabinet approval of his plan to conquer Gaza City. Security cabinet said to approve Netanyahu's plan to conquer Gaza City. So this is
Basman last week, and she says, "Oh, he's adorable. I like him." And today I hear her and she's laughing, saying, patty cake with Putin. You got yourself a new fan, brother. We love you. Yeah, your 54-year-old aunt is watching the show now. That's perfect. Yes, and bro, she's watching on Kick. She's not even on Twitch, bro. She's locked in. Let's go. Female viewer base is skyrocketing. Yeah, actually, you might believe this, but it actually doubled. Showed my aunt a clip of Asmund last week, and she says, "Oh, he's adorable. I like him." And today I hit her in her room laughing, saying, "Patty."
Cancellation fee.
Is good.
Developing. We're there, and we'll probably have a mass ground invasion, and we'll have more horrific videos coming out of the region.
Shoe brands have been lying to you. Do you want to know why? Nobody believed me at first, but now everyone wants a pair.
Today I'm going to show you how to do the pink salt trick, or better yet, the $3 home ritual that makes your silhouette emerge.
And we're gonna be for the next 4.5 hours. So sit back, relax, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Do it right now. Hit that follow button, smash that like button. Also, hit the bell notification so you get notified anytime I go live when it's working in theory. But also, please copy the link and share this broadcast absolutely everywhere. Copy the links. Maybe post it in your own timeline, or just find some big account on X, social media, wherever. And just flood the comment sections with the links to this show. That is the way. That is the way. All right? We got a lot of intel to get into here tonight on the broadcast. Ranging, Israel getting ready for its ground invasion. Israel over the weekend took out an Al Jazeera team.
Yeah, dog, you there? So the reason why it goes against their policy or whatever bullshit is because apparently they don't want to do anything with the planes. I'm asking.
Whose policy?
ChatGPT.
Oh.
Because they're German planes from World War II.
You know, sometimes it'll come up with like a bullshit excuse, right? It's like, one time you'll ask it to do something, it'll give one reason, and then another time, give a completely different reason. I see it could be pretty stupid. Which one did you download?
There are different versions you can download.
I'm pretty sure there's like a premium version. It's like a regular.
Especially if it's not gonna fucking do it anymore.
Team. And of course, right out the gate, as always, after they kill anybody in Gaza, they just say that they're Hamas operatives, which I found interesting. They gave receipts for only one of an Al Jazeera team, whether they're real reporters or real journalists or not. It was interesting over the weekend, Israel, the IDF, took credit for taking out a Hamas operative, Al Jazeera journalist, posing as a journalist, but was quiet about the rest that they killed off. They were quiet about the rest that they killed off, and right before, imminently before the ground invasion begins of Gaza City, we're already seeing some reports, obviously, some preliminary bombings taking place, which is interesting because any type of representation of media in the area that is not going to go along with whatever Israel wants is going to be preemptively taken out. So we will be taking a look at that intel tonight as well. We will also be looking at and analyzing President Trump's DC takeover and the response that has come of President Trump federalizing the DC police, sending in the National Guard to secure the nation's capital and to clean it up and rid it of criminality and also the homeless. And so I think the reaction to this has been absolutely interesting. Absolutely interesting because obviously Democrats are going to freak out, lose their minds. But even the protesters that are like, it's just strange. It's just so wild to see, you know, the response to moves like this that President Trump makes. That clearly it's just so blatantly, it's just out in the open. Out in the open. They want everybody living in a third world country environment where you are to just simply die, okay? You are to simply die. And obviously the mainstream media is attempting, as always, to run a counter narratives in order to sabotage, obviously, anything President Trump does. But in particularly with the DC cleanup, they are attempting to run these fake numbers that have been exposed. That a crime is on the decline. Crime is on the decline in DC. Now, I don't know how many of you have been to DC recently, but every time I go to DC, it just like gets worse. It's I don't like it, you know. I took my wife there for the very first time, I think in 2020 or 2021. I can't remember. I took her there for the very first time. I know. It's horrible here. It's horrible. It's so horrible and ghetto. I don't know why anybody would want to live there. But anyways, the response is very interesting. So we will be taking a look at that and analyzing that information and intel. And as I covered last week, the big imminent meetup between President Trump and Vladimir Zelensky is on the horizon. Okay, it's looking like Friday. It's going down, where President Trump and Vladimir Putin will be meeting in Alaska. All right, it's looking like it's on the schedule alongside European leaders that are also attempting to line up. You've got NATO and various other, you know, the UN and European Union. There's going to be some interesting developments over the next few days leading into this big meeting. And obviously Zelensky as well will most likely attempt to sabotage this, because it very well could mean the end of the gravy train. That is for sure. However, as I told you guys last week, the Russians and Vladimir Putin are not just gonna, you know, agree to put a stop to this thing. They're fully invested. They want something out of it, which is obviously land, and that was confirmed, I think Friday or Saturday, that this is in the negotiations. Land is being negotiated. It's Eastern Ukraine. We'll take a look at all this, right? We'll take a look at all this tonight as we get closer and closer to Friday. That's if it goes down, which will be a big day. Friday will be a big day. President Trump securing an end to the war, possibly, which is a good thing in the long run. However, we've got escalations happening in the Middle East. And as I said, we will be analyzing that as well. And it's always because of Israel. And we got to pay for all of it throughout the process. So we will be taking a look at this. Also, the Supreme Court officially asked to analyze a possible overturn of the same-sex marriage, the gay marriage ruling. Now, is this legitimate or some type of setup for the midterms and to give Democrats ammunition or something to utilize for the 2026 midterms election? I mean, they did the same thing with the Roe v. Wade situation back in, when was that, 2022? Right, and that was obviously effectively utilized and used in the 2022 midterms, and it's entirely possible they might do that with the same thing here. So we'll be looking at that as well, on top of other information here tonight regarding everything going on. So sit back, relax. We're going to be live for the next 4.5 hours, so subscribe. Smash that like button, hit the bell notification, please copy the link and share this broadcast everywhere. We appreciate you guys. And as always, here on Drew Hernandez Live, we are 100% independent. All right, supported by you guys. And the number one way to support this broadcast, as always, is to drop some gifted memberships, some gifted subscriptions. Because not only are you supporting the channel, but you are blessing our Rigas in the chat, those that love to listen and watch the show daily with a 1 month free gifted membership. You're killing two birds with one stone. And it gives you access to ad-free viewing of the show, and the show is about 4.5 hours long. And which is valuable, because if I'm, you know, getting into a deep dive and providing some analysis, and you get interrupted by an ad that just kind of stops the whole show, and then by the time you return, I'm talking about something else. Who knows? You may have missed that part, because it's different when I do an ad read, because at least I'm still talking. But during the main show, when you just get like those random ads, I get it. It's irritating. It's annoying. So, with With the gifted memberships, you are not only supporting the broadcast, but you are blessing others with that ad-free viewing for 1 month here on the channel. So you can drop some gifted memberships now. Usually people like to do it early or mid-show while I'm talking. We'll acknowledge that when it pops up. Or you can wait till the very end of the show, because at the end of every single show, we like to hang out for like 30 minutes, interact with the chat. But I get it. If you gotta head out early, it's a long show. It's a long show. Just drop it whenever you want, and we'll acknowledge it there as well when they come. So thank you guys very much. And as always, if you'd like to just drop a Rumble rant, that works too. That works too. But the number one way is the gifted subscription. So before we begin, we just want to acknowledge those that are already dropping some. NSP623 has gifted 1 subscription to Rooster5641. 07's in the chat. 07's in the chat. Thank you, NSP623. Getting that red wave going alongside Doc68 Whiskey gifts 5 subscriptions. Congratulations to the 5 Riggas in the chat, blessing each other. We take care of us. No Riggas left behind. No Riggas left behind. Congratulations to Stevio607, NSP623. There you go. You bless others, you get blessed in return. That's what I like to see with our audience, our community, our fellowship, our Riggas. I think that's awesome. Congratulations to Sarge Marine, Nikki, BVP, and Overcoming Evil, all gifted subscriptions from Doc68 Whiskey. Oh, 07's in the chat. 07's in the chat. But like I said, you can drop it now, mid-show, end of the show. It's the top way to support Drew Hernandez Live, support this channel. And that's what we do here. That's what we do here. That's what independent media looks like, guys. This is what it looks like. It's supporting independent reporters, journalists, show hosts, networks, whatever you want to call it, independent entities supporting themselves. So, we're not, at the mercy of advertisers that want to cancel you, or a network that wants to cancel you, or whatever, right? It's just autonomous entities supported by the viewers and the listeners is not only the future, it is now. Okay, and that's why they fear independent media. That's why they fear platforms like Rumble. Because you are given the opportunity and you are given access in order to build that infrastructure out into the future. And that's what we are doing here on Drew Hernandez Live. And every single one of you guys are a part of that. Every single month. And we appreciate you. So I hope you guys truly understand how critical this is. How critical this is to the future of independent media. I mean, you really got to think about it, right? You look at mainstream media, you just look at, on all sides. Obviously, the leftist side of the Uniparty or the so-called right wing, you got like Fox News and all the Con Inc. media that just wants to, praise and shill for Israel, but really never get into the actual root of everything going on. And the only way you can truly operate that way into the future if you are independent, honestly. If you are independent. That's what we do here on Drew Hernandez Live, and we are thankful for all of you. That is for sure. So, okay, let's begin our coverage here this evening. I want to start with the Trump DC takeover that is currently taking place right now. Today, President Trump declared is Liberation Day in D.C., and we are going to take our capital back. The capital of the USA, Washington, D.C. Okay? President Trump announces he is invoking Section 740 of D.C. Home Act, federalizing D.C. police and sending in National Guard. President Trump on Monday announced that he is invoking Section 740 of the D.C. Home Rule Act, place Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and authorizing the Secretary of Defense to deploy National Guard troops in Washington, D.C. Section 740 of the D.C. Home Rule Act allows the president to take control of the Metropolitan Police Department under special conditions of an emergency nature. The president signed 2 executive actions on Monday, including invoking powers under Section 740 and sending statutorily required letters to the D.C. mayor and the necessary congressional committees. Section 740 requires the president to notify committee chairman and the mayor in order to federalize the Metropolitan Police for more than 48 hours. He also signed a presidential memorandum directing the Secretary of Defense to utilize National Guard troops to clean up D.C. and authorizing state governors to use their National Guard troops at home. President Trump told reporters, quote, "We will bring in the military if it is needed. We are formally declaring a public safety emergency. This is an emergency. This is a tragic emergency, and it is embarrassing. And obviously, D.C. has been a hellhole for a very long time, but I really do think the things that triggered this, Trump to start moving in this direction, were a couple of things. And it was obviously big balls, getting viciously and brutally attacked and beaten on the streets of Washington, D.C., and it was pretty bad. Big balls. The famous or infamous young Doge employee was brutally beaten, viciously beaten, and that went viral. And President Trump obviously gave him a phone call. And I think that led President Trump even further to move in this direction. Because obviously when this is happening under your watch, while you are the President of the United States, and you are claiming to be leading the golden age of the USA, well, if that were to be remotely true in any way, shape, or form, you would think that the capital of that nation experiencing a golden age would be in good shape, would be in good condition. And you can't be claiming that you are leading the golden age of America while the U.S. president, sitting U.S. president, operating out of D.C., out of the White House, with an absolute hellhole of a capital where you are working and operating out of. And I would say the other thing, because I can't remember when this was, but maybe some of you saw it and may remember. I can't remember, but it was maybe the past couple of weeks. It was the past couple of weeks, and President Trump was either in the Oval Office or Rose Garden, or he was walking out to Marine One, or on his way back, coming from the weekend back in D.C. I can't remember, but President Trump was asked, and you guys may remember this. Maybe someone can find the clip. But President Trump was asked by a member of the media, and they said, why are there so many homeless people? And President Trump, said, what are you talking about? Did you guys catch this? This was maybe like 2 weeks ago. And a reporter said, why are there so many homeless people out here? Like, do you plan on like cleaning up D.C.? Like, what is going on here? And Trump was like, what are you talking about? And the reporter said, yeah, there's homeless people everywhere. Like, what are we going to do? You know, and then Trump was like, well, where exactly? And then it was pointed out to him. I think that was part of, you know, maybe the reason Trump has been seen on top of the White House, waving down at the media. For other reasons as well. Obviously, there's some construction that will be going on in the area. But, you know, that caught my attention. And when Trump was asked that, you can kind of tell it kind of bothered him. When he was asked that question from a reporter. And I think from there is, and obviously it was already being discussed, and the idea was already being entertained of possibly federalizing the DC Metropolitan Police Department and possibly bringing in the National Guard, just a federal takeover of DC because of the crime rate and the youths. That's what we keep hearing is the youths. They like refuse, right? They refuse to say it's just a bunch of black people, a bunch of young blacks running around, jacking cars, shooting each other, shooting other people, right? And we all know that DC has a huge problem with the youths. Not the youth, TH, the youths. With an F. With an F, the youths. And obviously, you know, DC is a hellhole, and I think when it comes to President Trump, Trump is all about optics. And I think when he was asked that from that reporter, why is there a bunch of homeless people outside of the White House? You know, it's like, that's a bad look, you know, especially if you're like Donald Trump and you're claiming to be leading the golden age of America, and there you are at the White House in DC, in the Capitol, and the Capitol is a hellhole. I think that's a bad look.